So in the last 2 months for Prom Shop, I went to LA, Palm Springs, back to LA, then to SF, then back to LA again, then a day trip to SF, back to LA, SF, then Vegas, then Miami, then Toronto, Montreal, back to Miami, and now we're in New York. All right, I've just been at this cafe for the last 4.5 hours or so. These days, I am so swamped. Like, take a look at my calendar. So I'm literally in meetings every single hour of every single day. It's insane. So let me actually catch you up on the product we're building, because we pivoted like a million times as we start speaking to these funds and clients and really getting a more verticalized solution down. And not to mention, look how sick our landing page looks if you remember how bad it looked in my last vlog. So you see here, we've completely redesigned this, and props to our UI UX guys, they're absolute legends. And you just scroll through and see all that we offer. All right, so right now we have 3 flagship solutions, which are waste management, inventory management, and invoice processing. And these are agentic solutions that are kind of bundled together, sold to the F&B franchise, which is food and beverage. And that's just the niche, that vertical that we kind of fell into from all of our opportunities and these larger contracts. So what it looks like right now, so you connect directly into your existing apps like your Square, QuickBooks for accounting, and other POS systems. So that can include Toast, Lightspeed, what restaurants are actively using. Then they get these 3 solutions where you start with inventory management, and you get this live preview of what your store stock currently looks like, what's out of stock, how much it's going to cost to restock to get items back up to par, and then that gets routed to our invoicing agent, which is connected to your email inbox, so either Outlook or Gmail, and automatically handles all invoicing, outbound and inbound. Then you can go ahead and manage all your invoices, so then you have everything managed for you. Now, our most sought after is this waste management, where we have these machine learning models that learn off of your store's stock historically to give forecasts on when certain items will go out of stock, how to reduce waste, your expected expenditure, and kind of these like red zones, so think days and times you need to focus on. However, what we tell businesses is one monolithic AI solution is only going to get you so far, and that's not the future. It's a team of agentic solutions working for you that's going to get the results that you need. So now at Prom Shop, you can think of us as an agentic orchestration layer for these agents. So what you get as a business owner is a team of agents working for you, calling each other autonomously. And then this itself is powered by an inference layer, which we power in partnership with, and I don't know if I could disclose that. Essentially just a chat interface which takes plain language inputs, like how is my inventory looking right now? And then as you can see here, planning which agents to call, it's going ahead and figuring out that we need to look through the waste and invoice management agent. It gets you live data as well as what you would need to fix. So then what we're able to do is automate all of these back office business operations, and we're able to reduce even 20 hours of manual labor a week, and that ends up saving a lot of money for companies. But more importantly, as our solutions are implemented for a month, 2 months, 3 months, the data that we're able to aggregate on each business grows. So these agents are self-teaching themselves and learn more and more as time progresses. So what you have then is a solution that's essentially tailored to your business, specifically working for you. And it's just pretty cool to be able to have something like that working in restaurants that I actually eat at. I'm excited to see where this goes. It really feels like a serious pivot. I'm here with one of our new team members, Cooper.
Yep, quit my sales job, went full-time with Prom Shop, executive manager role, just here at the track in Barcelona with Jack, and little thing that's been in the works for...
Bro, that's so sick. That's so sick. Yeah, fuck, that's crazy.
Nice little prompt tag in the car.
Yeah.
Thing's gonna absolutely rip its first win this weekend.
I promise you, give us a couple months and we'll be up here on one of these billboards in Times Square. One thing I really like about our new F&B focus is we could feasibly get into every single location on this street. For example, these guys who sell ice cream and milkshakes, or right beside it, you have a coffee shop, a pastry shop, and every single one of these companies is going to need to be AI native in the next 3 years, yet nobody's building a solution to target them. From research we've done and people we've talked to, there are 410 million small to medium businesses in the world right now. So that total achievable market is really, really high. And all of these AI companies out there really just target those enterprise contracts. So there's a lot, so those small guys just kind of get left behind. And that's where we come in, that's where the money's made. Even a small $200 a month contract, $300 a month contract across 600 stores all of a sudden is a multi-million-dollar deal. So that's our new business model.
I'm in New York and you're on Long Island. I don't even treat you that good, girl.
I'm on my way to dinner right now, and I just wanted to say one of my favorite things about New York, when you take a look at the streets around you, I feel like 1 in every 10 person I saw had a camera or was recording some sort of content. It just hit home because I've really learned over the last few years that attention is the new currency. You could see that with my own social media and how posting my own journey online ended up getting me into the position that I'm at right now. And then how I've leveraged that to get jobs, to build apps that make me money, and then in my own startup to get contracts. It's really, really cool how the world is kind of shaping up in that aspect. If you ever thought about it, just start posting online, I promise. It will change your life. Alright, I just got off my final interview for the day. I'm interviewing around 5 candidates every single day as we look to expand our engineering team, hiring across front end, back end, AI roles. It's been super cool meeting some of you, and you guys are super impressive. But one thing I'm realizing while being on the other side of the recruitment process is how behind some of you guys are when it comes to the technical skills that are required for jobs. And that's probably why a lot of you are struggling to get jobs. So first of all, if you didn't know already, TypeScript is the #1 language on GitHub right now, taking over Python. And this is because of how AI agents, LLMs work. Stuff like Cloud Code and Codex are all trained off of TypeScript. So then you see all of these like Next.js apps, Node.js apps. And what this means is, if you're looking for a job at a startup like my own, odds are you're going to need to be familiar and really familiar with TypeScript. For example, at my company, we use Next.js, Nest.js. So if you're a beginner and want to get familiar with this, which I could not recommend more, this is the roadmap you're going to follow. First, go to YouTube and find this course by FreeCodeCamp called Learn TypeScript. I also really like programming with Mosh for TypeScript. Then you're going to go to this site called Full Stack Open because it teaches you how to build things hands-on, whether it's web apps, React, working with different servers, state management, GraphQL, even as far as building mobile apps and working with CI/CD pipelines and getting really hands-on with TypeScript. So this is going to get you doing something called project-based learning, which basically means building out things with your own hands instead of just watching videos or reading notes, because that's the only way to learn how to code. Then to actually get a project on your resume that's impressive enough, you need to have impact. So what I would do is go to Google and find the recent YC Startup Batch, look through something that interests you, for example, Deal, figure out what they do, and more than likely it's going to be some AI-powered tool, and then build just a small segment of their product. I guarantee you this will be a lot more impressive than any personal project you currently have on your resume and will help you stand out. You're welcome for putting you on game, trust me on this. Anyways, back to the grind.
Bitch sit on my face, I attack that. Choose up, Lil John, I'm finna pack him. When it comes to my bitch, I'm straight active. Dirt ball in the coupe, smoking cat piss.
It's currently 3 a.m. We pitched an enterprise contract to 700 different stores, and that deal alone could potentially be worth millions of dollars. And the thought of something I built being used by that many stores with that much money on the line made it impossible for me to sleep. So I just stayed up grinding because might as well. And now I have to wake up in 5.5 hours because yet again I have another meeting with investors. And honestly, over the last few days and weeks, I've been so overwhelmed. There have been periods where I'm almost like suffering from panic attacks where I just freeze. And all of a sudden my mind fills with doubt, thinking I might not be good enough for this, or is this even the right path for me? And then obviously the entire startup journey is a roller coaster. You could have really high highs and then all of a sudden 24 hours later a massive dip when things don't go your way. And this stress is getting worse and worse. because I gave up on that dream job that I had, rejecting the Amazon return offer around a month ago. Now I have no real backup plan. I burned that bridge, so I have no choice but to succeed in this, and that is really, really stressful. I truly believe that this is the right decision, and I wouldn't do it, and I would do it all over again, but fuck me, is it overwhelming. Days where I don't sleep, there are days where I wake up and work 20 hours straight. I'm learning how to manage multiple people while also being in conversations and rooms with people that I can only ever dream about. It's just a whole new world for me, and I just wanted to share that side of things that people don't really show online. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, especially with all the travel. I don't even know what my home is right now. I haven't been in the same spot for more than 72 hours in the last 2.5 months. I haven't been able to post as much content as I want, and just struggling to keep up with any social life. It's all just work right now, but I know it's all going to be worth it in the end. Anyways, I just wanted to share this quote that I read the other day that I really resonate with. What a privilege it is to be tired for work you used to pray for. What a privilege to be overwhelmed by the growth that you dreamed about. And what a privilege it is to be exhausted by something that you choose to do. Recently, I've been trying to remind myself that at least once a day, because honestly, I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world with opportunities that have been thrown at me. But then on the other side, the stress is just out of this world. Either way, I feel blessed to be one of the only people in this entire space to have documented their entire journey from zero. For some of my OG people, you might even remember my Autodesk internship vlogs. Then going to big tech, now breaking my own company, and bringing you guys along every step of the way. It's so fulfilling. And really, I wouldn't be here in this position without every single one of you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys in the next one.